This is the Toyota GR Yaris, and it's practically a rally car for the road. In this video, we'll check out the exterior, we'll check out the interior, we'll talk about the specifications, and at least on paper, we'll try to compare it to its competitors in the segment. This one sells for 2.65 million pesos. Is it worth your money? Let's find out. Let me start off by saying that this is not a regular Toyota Yaris with a more sporty body kit. It's almost entirely a different car. So to reduce weight, a lot of the panels are made of aluminum. The hood, the doors, and the tailgate are made of aluminum. This roof is made of carbon fiber, and this saves about 3.5 kilograms of weight. So it has 259 more weld points compared to the regular Yaris, and that is to increase the structural rigidity. It's 50 millimeters longer, 60 millimeters wider, and 45 millimeters lower than the regular Yaris. It weighs 1,280 kilograms, and it can do 0 to 100 kph in 5.5 seconds. In terms of looks, I think this is the angriest looking Toyota that I've seen in a while. So you get these squinty LED headlights, you get this gaping mouth of a grille. This feeds the intercooler. The fender flares are massive to accommodate the wider track of the car. Like I said, it's 60 millimeters wider than the regular Yaris. You have this very aggressive lip. You have faux air vents over here. You have this black accent over here, which looks like a canard. So you actually have real air vents here for cooling the brakes. So these intakes over here feed air into the wheel wells. Speaking of the wheels, the GR Yaris gets 18-inch wheels, and they're wrapped in Michelin sport tires. So overall, it looks low, it looks muscular, and it looks very angry. The roofline of the GR Yaris is actually lower than the regular Yaris. It slopes more steeply towards the back. You get this aggressive side skirt over here. So on the side mirrors, you get these little wings, and that's for reducing air buffeting. Here at the back, you get a better sense of the car's width. So you can see it is very wide. You get LED taillights. You get GR badging over here. So over here you have a diffuser, dual exhaust tips. You got this roof spoiler, a shark's fin antenna. So you got a manual tailgate. Space here is not the best in its segment, but it's usable enough. It's enough to fit my camera bag. It's enough to fit one large travel bag. Okay, so let's check out the engine bay. Like I said, this is aluminum, so it's pretty light. Underneath the hood is the most powerful 3-cylinder 1.6-liter engine in any car. So this produces 265 horsepower. There's only one transmission option for the GR Yaris, and that is a 6-speed manual. Toyota claims that the GR Yaris has the lightest all-wheel drive system in the market. To reduce weight, the transfer case is made of aluminum. But the car can change your torque distribution depending on your settings. So in sport mode, you can set it to 30-70, 70% at the back. In track mode, you can set it to 50-50. And in normal mode, it's at 60-40, with 60% at the front. The GR Yaris uses Toyota's GAB architecture at the front, which is also used on the regular Yaris. And it uses the GAC architecture at the back, which is also used by the Prius. This was necessary to accommodate the all-wheel drive system, to give the GR Yaris a rear end that's capable of handling the torque, and also so the Yaris can have a double wishbone suspension at the back. The GR Yaris uses a McPherson strut suspension at the front. So this is the interior of the Toyota Yaris GR. Now normally if this is a sedan or a crossover, I'd be very critical of the interior. But you don't really buy a Toyota Yaris GR for the interior quality. You buy it for its performance. So I think for the money this is okay. This is soft touch. This is hard plastic. You do get a leather wrapped steering wheel with GR badging on it. You get Alcantara on the door cards. This is hard plastic. You get an analog speedometer, an analog tachometer. You get Toyota's OEM head unit. It's not the most advanced looking in the segment. So in here you have different drive modes. You have sport, you have track. So in normal mode you have a 60-40 torque distribution, 60 at the front and 40 at the back. In sport mode, it's 70 at the back and 30 at the front. And in track mode it's 50 at the front and 50 at the back. So if you want to get the car tail happy, you put it in sport mode, so you get more torque at the back, so you can more easily get the car to power slide. So you get one 12-volt outlet over here. You get dual zone climate control. The air vents are curiously underneath this infotainment screen. So if your head is way up here, you're not gonna get air from the air vents. The steering wheel is telescopic and it's tilt adjustable. So you get a 6-speed manual transmission here. The throws are pretty short, as you can see. It also has automatic rev match. You turn that on by pressing this button. This is for turning off traction control. Thankfully you get a manual handbrake here, which should make it possible to do handbrake turns. So over here you get this GR badging with this WRC logo. WRC stands for World Rally Championships. The seats are a combination of leather and Alcantara. You also get this plastic trim over here and you get GR badging. So in terms of headroom, I have about 2 inches. I'm 5'8". So apparently this is the lowest adjustment of the seat, and I just wish that it could go a bit lower to get that more sporty feeling. So in terms of storage, you have some storage over here, you have some over here. The glove box is decently sized. You have some bottle holders over there, 2 cup holders over here. So this is your key fob. You also get GR badging on the key fob. That's it. You get auto dimming rear view mirrors. You get adaptive cruise control. You get lane departure warning. You get collision alert. For a car in the segment, it's quite feature packed. Like I said, it's not really a luxurious looking interior, but you don't really buy this car for luxury. You get a lot of hard plastics. Your infotainment screen looks like it's a microwave oven, but it's not really what you pay for here. You pay for the performance, and you get a lot of performance out of this car. Okay, so let's try getting in the back seat. Like I said, this is a 2-door. Oh, okay. Okay, so headroom here is very minimal. As you can see, my head is hitting the roof. I cannot sit straight. I'll have to sit forward like this or slouch like this. If I sit here, you know what? Legroom is actually okay. I'm 5'8", and the front seat is adjusted to my height. You don't get any cup holders here. You don't get a center armrest. You don't get any USB ports. The rear seat has a built-in Arenola. Just kidding. The GR Yaris sells for 2.4 million pesos, so it's right smack in between the Subaru STI and the Subaru WRX in terms of pricing. Both of which, by the way, are also all-wheel drive rally-bred cars. The GR Yaris and the WRX have about the same horsepower, but the GR Yaris is almost 500 pounds lighter, so its 0 to 100 time is up to a second quicker.
The internet claims that the STI can do 0 to 100 kph in 5.6 seconds, so the GR Yaris is just as quick or a bit quicker than the STI, at least in terms of 0 to 100 times. The higher horsepower of the STI ensures a higher top speed though. Its small size and its very short wheelbase should also make it feel more agile. The WRX and the STI have 2 more doors than the Yaris, which could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on your preference. 4 doors are more practical, but 2 doors usually are more desirable. With the GR Yaris out, the GR 86, the new BRZ, the new Z, and the new WRX coming out soon, it is a very exciting time for Japanese sports car enthusiasts. I've heard that these units already have pre-orders, and that's something that I'm happy about. Hopefully this sells well so Toyota can bring us more exciting cars.